If you love Chevys, then this is the place for you. This is the Menards Chevy Series, where we tour the country to find the finest race cars and rides that are part of the Bowtie breed.
Welcome to this week's Menards Chevy Series, coming to you from Gateway Motorsports Park in Madison, Illinois, just a stone's throw away from the Gateway Arch right across the Mississippi River. Hi, I'm Kathy Fisher, and let me tell you something. There are Chevys galore here, all years, models, you name it, out on the track. So much to see. What do you say? Get right to it. Let's check out our first producer's pick. 1964 Chevelle, and the paint on this car is amazing. Tell me about it, Brandy.
Thank you so much. Well, my dad and my husband redid the car, and it is a black cherry with a graphite, and my dad painted it, custom paint. Ace Customs out of Fairfield, Illinois did our interior, and he actually did the custom car seat for our son Cash, so it would match the car perfectly.
Not only does the interior look amazing with the car itself, but there's a matching car with matching interior. So let's talk about the pedal car.
So the pedal car is for our son Cash, he's one, and of course my husband had this idea that he needed a small replica of his car. So it is the same paint, same interior, everything.
I think I need a new mom and dad.
Yes.
Next thing we're going to check out is the OPGI Original Award, and it's one of those cars that you just can't walk by without doing a second or a third take. And Bruce, what catches my eye about this car? Bling, baby. I love the paint. Tell me about it.
Well, okay, this is a pearl orange that's tangerine in color. It has a lot of custom features. The firewall's done, underneath the hood's done. It really catches eyes, like I say, in the sun, it just comes alive. Usually you see people walk by and, like you say, they catch your eyes and they turn around, they take a second look at it, then they actually start looking at it. And they say, wow. And they start pointing and saying, look at this, look at that. So that's what really is neat. I really like that. I enjoy seeing that. And it makes me feel good that people like it.
You've done a lot of things to this car that are custom, but you also stayed true to the Chevelle by doing, some original parts that you got from OPGI.
Right, yeah, that's right. I mean, it's got the original door handles, it's got the original badges, the mirrors. A couple parts here and there are still original, but it does have some modifications to it to kind of make it the wow factor come. This is a big block Chevy 454. Has a big head cam in it, high performance heads, got some custom headers from Holloway Racing. It's got a lot of, really massive stuff put into it. The March Serpentine pulley kit that makes it really cool. I mean, it's got some nice billet hinges. It's got a vintage air system all in it. So it is really custom brought to life. Yes, the interior is a custom interior, not actually original, but Bruce Hagee out of Belleville, Illinois, he was very proud of doing the car, and he put a lot of effort into it himself to bring it up to status.
Coming up on the Menards Chevy Series from Gateway Motorsports Park, we'll have a Red Hot Willys that is a festival of flames. We'll be right back.
This episode of Menards Chevy Series is being brought to you by Dustless Blasting. It's the future of surface preparation. Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radio since 1977. Hurst, America's #1 shifter. And by EvapoRust, super safe rust remover.
Folks come to car shows because they want to see the bling, the shiny, to get ideas. But let me tell you something, rust is not a crime. And this 1960 Chevrolet El Camino, well, it's got a good start to it. It's going to be something someday. But in the meantime, we found one that's already done.
I don't know, it's just fun. I don't drive it that much because I got a bunch of other cars I'm working on, but,
Would you say that it is a conversation piece?
well, you're talking to me, aren't you? So I would imagine so.
What do you have under the hood of this El Camino?
A built-up 454.
Your friend was talking to me earlier, and he says sometimes you might get the foot mashed in it pretty good.
I try not to, but I've abused it. When I first got it, I abused it one day and had my fun, and I'm baby it more than anything nowadays.
You know, when you look back at the vehicles of the 50s and the 60s, so much more chrome, and the chrome on this one is really nice.
It really is, you know, especially the front end. Yeah, you're right.
What is your favorite thing about this vehicle?
Well, it has to just be the fins, the whole design of it, you know. But it's fun to drive.
And our next award is the RockAuto.com Restored Award. And Roger, this is one fine, clean looking 1969 Camaro, and you've done all the work on this. Tell me about some of the fun stuff you've done.
But every nut and bolt has all been replaced in this car. There's 4 original bolts on it, and that's it. Everything else is totally stainless, grade 8 and better. The bottom of the car is just as nice as the top side. Everything has been detailed to the max. It's just super, super clean.
Well, you know, speaking of clean, when I take a walk around this car, you have really cleaned things up. I don't even see any reverse lights in the back.
I've hidden them. I took off the original ones, filled in all the holes, and then I took a street rod license plate where it used to be a third brake light for a street rod. I put a clear lens in there, so that light is now the reverse light.
I love what you've done with the exhaust on this car, because normally on a Camaro it would hang way down.
They were the J sticks or hockey stick exhaust system, I believe they called them. This one we actually cut the rear panel and raised it back up into that. I hand formed all the stainless steel exhaust on this car and brought it up into the body and molded it in. Well, it's a factory Ramjet 350 motor with 350 horse and a Kiesler 5-speed transmission. But I wanted it super clean. Dan's like, I want something different than all Camaros out there. I want it clean. So we hit everything.
Yeah, and you've even built some special panels so that way you can't see outside of the fenders. That's going to keep it cleaner in there driving it down the road.
Absolutely. I've hidden them. I wanted to hide all the electronics behind the fenders and all the hoses and everything. So I put some hiding panels in there too, and it's painted the same as body color, so it's not like, oh, what is this you put in? It looks like it's supposed to be there. And when you look at it, it's almost like a mirror, so you don't even think they're there.
Well, you know, on a car like this, I'm sure there are a lot of things that you went to RockAuto.com for.
Oh, absolutely. They're the easiest. I mean, you punch on there, and it goes just step by step. I'm not good with computers. I'm good with cars, and it was easy to purchase through them.
Definitely one clean car for the RockAuto.com Restored Award. Time now for our next producer's pick. Attention to detail, and you're going to find a lot of that here with a show like the Menards Chevy series, and we found that with this Willys here. The flames on this car, I don't even want to know how much time this must have taken. It's just beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of time. The flames are all laid out where the hood opens and closes, the doors open and close. Everything runs throughout the whole car, and everything matches up just perfectly. You can run your hand across them, you don't feel no lips, no nothing. It looks good. I mean, we're really happy with it. Then on the hood, they also have the real flame above the flames, and that pretty much always sets it off. Everybody pretty much says, oh, wow, you know, look at this. So,
what do you have under the hood?
It's a 502, 2-port injected, so with a 700R. We're well happy with the way it looks and the way it runs. So. There's oddities throughout the whole thing, the way the chrome runs through. Basically, there was a guy that did the interior, and he went to all the junkyards and collected all this chrome and everything. And then when he could find a piece that fit for here and there, he just made it all work, and it worked out real well for our car. Yeah, there's hornback alligator that's put in behind the gauges. It's in, the speaker is all done in alligator. It looks great.
There's still more to come from the Menards Chevy series at Gateway Motorsports Park, including a pair of nice but nasty Novas. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Menards Chevy series at Gateway Motorsports Park. In addition to all the eye candy in the car show arena, there's some great action underway on the drag strip. So let's stand up and salute the quarter-mile action. Chris Blair. This is a fantastic facility, and this is always a great event for you guys.
Yeah, we're very excited. This year, once we've been blessed with great weather. The move to October has been fantastic for us as our car counts both on the racing side and in the car show side, as people are seeing.
Whether you have a show car or you want to come out here during one of your weekly events, you can bring your daily driver out here and have a good time.
Yeah, we have some great programs going on. We have a Friday night program, Midnight Madness. It's designed to combat illegal street racing. And every Wednesday we have Wide Open Wednesday, which we have some great activities going with that as well.
Time now for our next producer's pick. I have found something that is a true sleeper here at the Menards Chevy Series. Jim, 1963 Nova Super Sport. It did not come with this under the hood. That had an inline six in it.
Yes, yeah, a 194.6 and a cast iron power glide, yep.
Tell me why this car, why the twin turbos?
I've had a 62 years ago. It was blown injected. It was a race car I could drive on the street. I wanted a street car I could race at the track. And the turbos are the most calm way to do that and make all kinds of power. With the hood closed, I wanted people just to walk by it and then come back and maybe give it a second look and then a third and a fourth.
Talk to me about the interior.
The interior is completely factory, with the exception of I went with a bench front seat because it looked a little more old guy seat. It had factory buckets in it with a floor shifter.
That kind of adds to the sleeper part of the whole thing.
Exactly. Until you see the shifter, then you realize there's something going on.
It's like, hey, I want to take a look under the hood. Have you had it on the track at all, out of curiosity?
No, not yet. We just got the tunability or drivability tune done on it. We want to dyno it at wide open throttle a few times to make sure that everything's okay.
You know the word that I really liked what you said there? Yet.
Oh yeah, it's going. It's going for sure. Yep.
Anybody that knows me knows that my radar is going to be out for 67 Novas and especially Super Sports, and especially ones that stand out like this. This is a beautiful car. You've done so many things to it. When you take a look around on the body, there are a lot of things that you've really cleaned up.
Well, the door handles have obviously been shaved. We haven't tucked the bumpers in or anything like that. I really didn't want to go over the top because my past experience is building cars that I've overdone, and then I don't enjoy driving them, and I wanted to drive this car. So I didn't get real carried away, but still the spoiler, the shaved door handles, the mirrors come out of a company in Canada. Detroit Speed mini tub, Detroit Speed front clip, the hydroform rails with the 6-piston brake calipers and 13-inch rotors. I mean, just the interior, I mean, that's about as far as I wanted to go. It's a 2012 LS7 dry sump motor, and we kept the dry sump in the motor. The motor was set out to Lingenfelder. It had cam and head work done to it, what they call a 660 engine package. So we're basically putting 660 horse out at the crank. The intake manifold's a one-off from a company in California. It doesn't have any name at all. And I've used them on 2 separate cars in the past, so I just decided to use another one again.
The DriveDuracell.com award, Richard Brewer with his beautiful 57 Chevy Bel Air convertible. Richard, first thing I'm going to ask you, that top's not original.
Yes, it is. It's a dealer's option or choice. Yep. It's a Larkspur Blue and a Tropical Turquoise.
How long have you had this car?
33 years.
Tell me about some of the hardest things that you had to put together 33 years ago.
Really just trying to find a original front seat for a convertible and a motor and transmission.
And the motor and transmission is exactly what you're supposed to have.
Yes, it is. Got the original 2-speed power glide transmission.
One of the things I noticed when I take a look around the car, Richard, is you have T3 headlights?
Yes, the original headlights.
Have you redone the car since the first time around?
Yes, this is the second time for it.
What all did you do the second time around?
Pretty well almost a frame off, everything but, so.
Richard, always adding a little something, tweaking a little something, but you have a brand new addition that I know you're pretty excited about on the car.
Yes, I have a brand new Duracell battery.
And you take this thing out and drive it, so you expect it to crank over and you're not going to have to worry about that.
Yes, I drive it every show I go to.
You know, and we take a look around at the car. There are a lot of things on here that you've gone the extra mile to make happen, right down to the tires. Tell me about them.
I got original style tires on it, the original T3 headlights, transmissions, I try to keep it as original as possible.
What do you plan to do to the car from here forward? There's always something you want to be able to do.
I have a windshield washer set up I'd like to get installed on it.
You take this thing out in the rain and you worry about the bugs or what?
I have, yes. I've accidentally been caught in the rain.
All right, well, congratulations to our DriveDuracell.com winner here at the Menards Chevy Series. Stay with us for more of the Menards Chevy Series when we go trucking around Gateway Motorsports Park. We'll be back in a moment.
This episode of Menards Chevy Series is being brought to you by LMC Truck. LMC Truck has the parts you need to keep them on the road. Z-Max, the one product for your engine, transmission, and fuel system. Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener. And by Borla, the world's most winning exhaust.
Wow, I am definitely in love now. And our LMC Truck Life Award winner, Pat, with this awesome 1972 Chevrolet Suburban. Man, these things have got to be rare.
Yes, they are very rare. 68 to 72s with 3 doors.
Yeah, you know, you walk around and you look and it's like, how do you get in from the driver's side? Now, this originally didn't have bucket seats in it though.
No, it had a full front seat, a 3/4 rear seat, so you walk by it, and a full rear seat. And then it came with an option of like a tailgate, like a station wagon, or it had the 2 barn doors like this one has. It's on an 06 Suburban frame, sharpened 6 inches. It's got 472 plus big block with aluminum Edelbrock heads and carburetor. And then it's got 4L80E electronic overdrive, 373 posi rear end, airbags in the back, torsion bar suspension in the front. The rear of the truck has oak wood with stainless steel straps down it like a pickup sometime you see.
You know, this thing is just so neat and so unique to see something like this. And you really did a nice job with the interior too.
Yes, I made all the panels and the console and everything, and then I had it upholstered.
Well, you know, you started off with a very, very rough vehicle, but thanks to LMC, you were able to pick up a lot of stuff. Tell me about some of those items.
Well, from LMC, we got a heck of a lot of the parts. We got the front fenders, 2 doors, the hood, the grill, 2 bumpers, lots of little clips and screws, some stainless nice panels when you get inside it.
Yeah, a lot of little things that you don't think about when you're trying to put together something like this in this beautiful 1972 Chevrolet Suburban. Congratulations, Pat, on your award in the LMC Truck Life. We come across a lot of really cool trucks here at the Menards Chevy Series, and this 1969 Chevy truck really caught my eye. Dave, you had this a long time.
I have. I've owned the truck since 1981.
I bet it didn't look like anything like this when you first got it.
It did not. It was a beat-up farm truck whenever I bought it. In 1982, we actually painted it to this combination. It used to be red and white, and it's went through probably 3 or 4 different times of just bringing it up. It's, you know, we started out to make it clean, and we still mudded it and everything back then. And over the time, one of my brothers built a full-blown show truck, and I was following him around. He would take first, and I might take a third, maybe. So that aggravated me, so I just kept adding things every year. It's got custom interior in it.
I know, I love what you've done with the seats because, you know, riding in a truck like this with a bench seat, that might hurt after a while.
Oh, yeah. We did that for the comfort. I did that for me. We put a lot of bling underneath the hood.
I've noticed that. I really like the bling.
A couple of years ago, we converted it over and put 4-wheel disc brakes under it because the old drum brake system just wouldn't stop the truck anymore, and it aggravated me, so we went ahead and did that. And when we did that, then we had to pull the old original front end out from under it because you couldn't buy the conversion kit for it.
Well, I tell you what, one thing I've learned standing here talking to Dave about his 1969 truck, if he gets aggravated, he's going to make some adjustments. There are so many unique vehicles that you're going to find here during the Menards Chevy Series. How about a 1956 Chevrolet Bel Air, Nomad, and this is definitely the Minty's Top Dog Award. Dennis, why this car?
Well, my wife likes station wagons and I like Nomads, and we just found them in a barn in 2008 and put it back together.
I have a feeling, based on some of the pictures I saw in the back where you guys were working on it, this car was saying, help me, help me.
That it did. It was so bad, my son, who collects junk, told me to walk away, but I did. And we started work on it in 2008, right after we got it. We put all the major sheet metal work on it, then it went cold on us, and we hired Dale Haverstick to finish this car for us.
What I love, Dennis, is a lot of times on cars like this, when you see with the Bel Airs and everything, you see such a huge contrast in colors, but you've kept it very subtle and it's pretty sexy.
Thank you very much. I think my 7th grade art teacher would be proud of me. All my friends in Tri-5 Club, they said, you have to have contrast. It has to be white. No, it doesn't. It has to be Dennis. And it turned out that way. And that's why a subdued look is what I was looking for. The blue is 2011 GM blue. You see it on the HHR's lots. And the gray is off of 2008 Maserati, and I can't pronounce it. I don't speak Italian.
We speak Chevy, though, and the colors that you did on the outside of the car, you carried right in through the interior.
Yes, and that took about a week and a half to decide and design.
Well, not that you were seeking my approval or anything, but man, I'm all over what you dropped under the hood.
LS3 plug-and-play crate motor from Chevrolet Performance. Yeah, I don't really speed, but I'm told it'll do 120 miles an hour.
Well, that puts a wrap on this edition of the Menards Chevy Series, and we hope you have enjoyed our travels around the country to these great racetracks to see some fine custom cars and racing machinery. Be sure to check it out when they come to your area. Next week, we'll be sliding down Interstate 70 to see what Topeka has in store. Be sure to join us.